Dr. Vanita Rattan, and this channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of color. So today we're going to be talking about The Face Shop. It's a South Korean brand. I know you guys have asked me a lot about Korean skincare. I've already done CosRx and the products I love and the ones I'd avoid from there. But today we are delving into the ingredients list of The Face and which ones I would recommend for skin of color, which ones to avoid. Now, people get confused about what is skin of color. Skin of color is classed as if you're more likely to tan in the sun rather than burn. That's the scientific language for skin of color. Because if you're more likely to tan, it means that your melanocytes are larger. Those are cells that produce the pigment melanin, and so that they're more likely to be triggered by any form of inflammation. So one scratch, one bite, or one burn, we pigment. And so really this channel is to avoid any PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, from skincare that you purchase over the counter. Right, so let's dive right in. Okay, starting off with our first product, which is the Face Shop Rice Water Brightening Foaming Cleanser. So these are basically the top 5 bestsellers that we'll be discussing today. Okay, so on the positives, it is hydrating. So it has got glycerin in it. Negatives is that it's got myristic acid, which can be quite comedogenic. And it's also got lauric acid. So I would personally say avoid this product if you've got acne-prone skin. It's also got sodium lauryl sulfate, which is also comedogenic because what that does is it strips the skin of oil, and so you get negative feedback, which basically makes the sebaceous glands produce more oil, and you actually end up with more acne. It's a bit of an old-fashioned ingredient actually to use. We are moving away from this ingredient, so I would actually avoid this if you've also got eczema or dermatitis, because again, you don't want to be stripping the oil on sensitive dry skin. They also unfortunately went and added perfume to this. And you all know about perfume. Perfume is not good for the skin. So yeah, I would just avoid this particular product. Okay, moving on to the next cream, which is called Candida Essential. Okay, so the third ingredient here is fragrance. So that's at about 5 to 7%. Don't forget, as we go down the list, the ingredients list, it's down in descending order. So when it's quite high up, it means that it's a high percentage. Fragrance, first of all, has no place in skincare. It's the #1 cause of contact dermatitis. It's a co-sensitizer. It sensitizes you to other ingredients in that product, and it may not necessarily be that you get a reaction immediately. You can have a delayed reaction, so years after you've been applying that product, you suddenly become sensitive to it. So I would just completely avoid any skincare, to be honest, with fragrance in it. So this here, they've got the third ingredient here is fragrance, and they added perfume as well. So mistake. And then the positives from this product then get negated, because here they've got good ingredients. They've got butylene glycol, glycerin, parky butter. You know, it's hydrating, but they've just made a little bit of a mistake there. They did add a lot of botanicals. So with botanical extracts, I would say there's not much clinical data on it. So you don't actually know what percentage actives you're getting. And plus, if you have the type of skin which reacts quite quickly and is quite sensitive, I'd probably avoid any botanicals on the skin. People get a bit confused between, oh, it's all natural and is good for my skin. I'm going to make you a whole video, by the way, I think, on natural skincare and what that really means. If you want me to do that, can you just write down yes below? Just write yes, talk about natural or something, so that I know you definitely want that. So I'd avoid this if you generally have skin that's quite sensitive and reacts, or you've got any form of dermatitis. I mean, this particular product doesn't really have any actives in it. It doesn't really do anything. I personally think it's better just to wear a non-fragrance fatty moisturizer. I've got my one here. I basically wear Cera-Pep, which is just has no actives in it, and it's very thick and it hydrates my skin. I wear it every morning and every night. I don't have oily acne prone skin. If you want to know about oily acne prone skin, I've also got another video on that. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not a huge fan of this one, I'm sorry. So the next product we're going to be talking about is a White Seed Brightening Toner. So the positives here is it does have niacinamide. Now niacinamide, how it works with pigmentation is, if you think about the skin's basically divided into 2 layers, the epidermis and the dermis. Now in between we have the basal layer, and that's where the melanocyte lives. The melanocyte is a cell that produces a pigment melanin, and it looks like an octopus with lots of legs. So this little octopus melanocyte sits here and produces melanin. in little tiny parcels. Those parcels then are transferred into the skin cells around it called keratinocytes. Those skin cells come to the surface and that's when you see pigmentation. Now what niacinamide does is it slows down the transfer of those melanosome particles, those parcels, into the skin cells. And when you slow down that, it does help to slow down the rate of melanin that you see coming to the skin, which is actually quite good for pigmentation. However, on its own, niacinamide, you're not going to really see much reduction. With pigmentation and skin of color, we require very high tyrosinase inhibitor percentages. If you follow me on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, you can see I specialize in pigmentation for skin of color. I've treated 30,000 cases with a 95% success rate. I actually created the world's only pigmentation treatment designed for skin of color. So you can head over there and follow me on that. So niacinamide, yes, we use niacinamide, but on its own, you're really not going to see much reduction, to be honest. So it does have hydrating ingredients in it. It's got glycerin, it's got butylene glycol, which I like. It's also got anti-inflammatory. So it has got Salix alba bark extract, which is also very good for skin of color. On the downsides of this product, it does have tricetyrethfull sulfate, which is a surfactant, and it's not really safe for damaged skin. So I'd avoid this if you've got acne or dermatitis or eczema or anything that's basically led to a interruption of your skin barrier. They did add perfume as well, which was just, oh, why? If any of you are thinking about starting a skincare brand, the number one thing I'd say to you is just don't add perfume, and you're already ahead of the game. You're already beating the big boys in skincare. I mean, this product, it's literally missing tyrosinase inhibitors. It only has niacinamide in it. It's not enough to brighten the skin. It does say it's got white daisy flower extract in the marketing, but unfortunately, there's not much clinical data on this particular ingredient. So it's a shame because I'm actually really excited about Korean skincare. I really enjoyed making my CosRx video, and I highly recommend you go and watch that video because there's some products I actually want to purchase myself. But this one, I feel like they let themselves down a little bit. Okay, moving on to the next bestseller, which is Chia Seed Hydro Cream. Okay, so in the marketing, it says fair and clear. This is a very Asian thing to do. And that's probably why it's a bestseller. But let's actually see the truth of this particular product. The positives are that it does have glycerin, butylene glycol. I'm actually losing my voice. This is my third video today. It's got cyclohexaciloxane, and it's also got the antioxidant tocopherol. The negatives are there are no powerful tyrosinase inhibitors. It's not going to slow down the rate of pigmentation, and they added perfume. Mistake. So basically, this is a perfumed moisturizer when you really strip away the noise, and I would just say save your money and save your skin on this particular product. Okay, so moving on to my last product, which is Rice and Ceramide Moisturizing Emulsion. It's so bad. I'm so sorry. I hate making videos where literally I've just got nothing positive to say. I've decided I'm not going to do these videos anymore. I'm only going to do videos which have good products in them. But this one, oh lordy. So the third ingredient here is alcohol. Alcohol. So we all know about denatured alcohol, don't we? It leads to an inflammatory cascade on our skin. We're literally creating a bushfire in our skin, but our skin hides it because it's very good at actually hiding any trauma that's taking place under the skin. And so even long after you've worn the denatured alcohol, the damage is still taking place in our skin. In addition, they would have added 11 fragrances. 11. I mean, if you'd added one, I would have been upset, but 11 is just, I've got no words. That's very rarely happens that I have no words. I mean, they even went and added the two that I hate the most, which is coumarin and geraniol, which is 7 out of 10 on the irritant scale, which is a shame because actually they have some really good ingredients in this product too. I mean, they've got ceramides, they've got hyaluronic acid, they've got butylene glycol, they've got Oriza bran oil. So these are all hydrating ingredients. These are all good things for our skin. I don't know. It's very upsetting. I mean, I actually did a whole story on this on my Instagram to say, should I stop doing, ripping brands apart? Because actually some of the brands come and message me later and say, they're not very happy with me. I just feel like if I just stick with the ingredients and I just tell you the science behind things, you can come to your own conclusions. But That's how I feel about this particular product. I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every video. That's my kids screaming outside, and that's the reason why I'm only in the comment section for 1 hour, because they then get abandonment issues, and so I really do have to look at them sometimes. So I'm only there for 1 hour. So please hit your notification bell, because only then you're going to know when I'm there and I can answer your questions live and help you through anything live. I do highly recommend you go and watch the CosRX video if you're into your Korean skincare, because actually there's some products that I love, and I do want to talk about products that I love. I want to talk about products that are going to help you, not just constantly bringing brands down, which I don't like doing. You know, when you create a brand, they don't start a brand thinking I'm going to make lots of mistakes, right? They start a brand with all the best possible intentions. They put money in, they put time in, they put love in, and then I feel bad coming, you know, later and being, you know, almost like a mark sheet, like tick, 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 cross, 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 cross. And I actually, I'm going to try and stay clear of that. I'm going to try now and just make videos of brands that have at least 50% of products that I like, that I would tell you to go and purchase, and that I would purchase for myself too. So yeah, that's over. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, download your free ebook. The link is in the description box below. And any videos you want me to make, also write it down below, and you know it will go onto my to-do list, which I now have about 70 videos that I know I need to make next.